I've been fighting with a head cold all weekend, so if I get a little sniffly, you'll have to forgive me. But um, it is definitely time for an update. Things have finally started moving, and it looks like we may be shifting direction. We finally got our liquidity sweep. We've been eyeballing for a while. We didn't get down into our final support zone, but we did get a nice impulsive move up after we took our liquidity. That has launched us almost to the range value area high. Let me go ahead. Let's adjust our ranges as we update our chart a little. Pull our range across. It is actually tapped the new range value area high. I still expect we could get a little bit higher up, but let's go ahead and shift our bands. You can see how this was resistance on the old range point of control, is now support for the new range point of control. And we'll shift our value area low up a little bit higher. As we are right now, what we're looking for with an impulsive move upwards is we need to start tracking support. And right now, we have a few different major supports. I'm going to put a 50 in here because this up movement looks really strong. Here we go. I'll put the 5 in there as well. So that could get us in line if we get a retracement. I'm not saying we're retracing, but if we get a retracement from here at the range value area high, down into the point of control would be the first area of support I'd be looking for. In here, next, wherever we happen to land, could be where these anchor VWAPs. We have one from the prior high, we have one from the low. They've kind of merged together. So if we came down into this area right here, around 95,000 would be a big deal for me if we held 95,000 and flipped that back up. As shallow as even touching 96.6 at this point. We're just going to have to see how things look up here at the top. Not sure this looks completely over yet. Let me flip over to an hourly chart. And it is looking like we could be finishing up. You can see here our 5 waves. 1, 2, 3 would be our most impulsive wave. 4 turned into this long triangle. And then 5 is our last move up. Let's pull up volume, which I don't have on here. I have got to remember to save that. There we go. And I didn't do it again. But let's see. It looks all right. So here's my one problem with this move up is that wave 3 should have the most volume. Right now, it's hard to tell because of this one. Yeah, even if we count the next candle over, it looks like 1 has the most volume. So this could be, let me go into the 4 hour. Maybe we're tracking too small. Yeah, even 5 has more than 3. So this could be part of 3. This may not be finished. We may just be heading up. So this could be a 1, 2, very extended 3, 4, 5, and then we come back down. Either way, we're tracking support in case we fall. What we want to look for with an impulsive move like this, where we have high volume, which we do have volume, and where we get a quick move, which we have a quick move, is to look for that support. And once we find that support, that gives us our next trade. So just be patient. Say we come down into here at this level, we open another trade for continuation, and then that way, if we do come down, find support, and move back up, we can catch another long. It's just a game of patience at this point. I know that's not fun, but that's how we're going to be eyeballing these longs. Next course is to try and let me put the magnet back on so I get precise. This is why I never have volume on. It just takes up so much space. There. So if we track resistance we don't have a lot of levels left. None of these are applicable. And yeah, we are at the 786, which is on top of the value area high. This is our best chance here at this level to look for that reversal. I feel like this is the spot where we could get that reversal. I'm not eager to short this thing, though. I have to say, I just want to finish out this long and see if we can shift into that reversal structure. Let me pull out a cleaner chart, at least a different chart. Let's take out what we have on here. So we're going to treat this one a bit more macro. Let me take these off and we'll pull out our band. So let's pretend this is our more a macro chart. And we're tracking a head and shoulders pattern. I'm pretty sure everybody's seen this one by now, but I got the left shoulder, came down, touched the value area low, right? Got our head, it came down close enough to that value area low, get a right shoulder, and we broke under just a little bit, but we didn't get a confirmation beneath. So what we need to do on this end to consider this an actual head and shoulders pattern. Let me grab my arrows. So if we didn't break this right shoulder, we came down and tested that as resistance or closed candles under here. Then when we go down, and you can take your tool. I like to use just the bar here, and we're going to measure that head and shoulders from a breakdown into our target, which would be about $73,000. So if that was what you were trading on, that particular pattern, what you want to see it do is fall before it breaks this level. So your head and shoulders is going to need to stay under $102,000. If it breaks over 102, I would scrap this head and shoulders plan. Yeah, it could still try to form out, but I don't find it likely at that point anymore. All my time frames, with that liquidity sweep, it is looking rather bullish to me. We do still have another support down here, 87,000. Resistance is where we're at now, with the next one coming at the high here at 102. So you could put this area as sort of a resistance box that we're entering into now from where it could turn around. But even on a turnaround, I'd be looking for support. Let's see if we have any diagonal lines. No touches there yet, but if we go any higher, we could get it. The other thing we have down here is that, right? So we could be forming a wedge. That wedge could break and send us up into our upper targets to finish off this last possible 4 or 5 on our large time frame Elliott wave chart. So you'd be looking around 118, 120,000 or so. This could be interesting upper targets for another larger retracement later on. So far, though, looking quite well. Let me go over to our orange list where we can see the Bitcoin dominance has remained in the channel since we broke back into it. Let me pull out a little bit larger. And we'll track this pattern, see if we're done with our targets. And let's change this. And yeah, this pattern is complete. We came down. I would say that's close enough to tapping that 618. That pattern could be finished, and we could head back up into this PRZ If we get another big pump in Bitcoin, it looks like it's curling down now with Bitcoin rising and with total market cap going up, as these guys are. Yeah, it looks to me like we could be heading into another alt pump real quick here. Pardon me. The the patterns that we have, this PRZ isn't looking great. Like it keeps trying to start and it just cannot commit. So if we don't get down into this range sooner than later, I'm going to scrap these patterns on our total, and that'll can our plans on total 3. That's absolutely fine. What we want to look at, we go into my altcoin faves, and you can see these guys blowing up, right? So got some excellent prices in these ranges. This was more for the members as we look at these supports getting hit and hit, um, hit, getting tapped right on. I mean, just excellent buys on these. I think hit one. This one on Link. Uh, Not quite here. And we'll see. Optimism coming very close. Still in a good buying range. Solana came very close. Just missed our buying range. We'll see if it comes back. May or may not. Yeah. So if you want to see the, oh man, was that was XRP? Good heavens, XRP. Nice move. All right. So yeah, if you're curious about the altcoins, though, that's a yeah, what a day for algo. Anyway, stop getting distracted. Let me go back to my markets chart. So that's our plan on Bitcoin. We're just looking for that retracement into support and possibly break out of this wedge. This is the pattern. So this isn't a long setup yet. We still need to see how it reacts on the way down. If it comes down, if it continues to rise, then we just wait for the next opportunity. Um, if it pulls out of this box that we've established on this chart, right? If we start breaking over 102, then obviously what we're looking for isn't this, right? It becomes this. And then we look for that breakout, come down, support, and then continuation. So hopefully that happens and we continue upwards. Now we know where our supports are. If we come down and break low, say the market gets really nasty, we break under our prior wick here. Then we're looking at support around 87. We're looking at our 200 EMA, which I have a line through on this. And then lastly, we're looking for a retest down here in this upper part of this range. But we'll need to see signs of strength. That'll be on a much bigger chart. As soon as we see signs of strength, I would flip bullish again. Long-term macro, we remain quite bullish from the low here at 15,000, and I haven't seen any reason yet to change my mind on that. Not long term, anyway. I mean, we may take some scalps on the short end, but relative scalps. I'm not interested in any shorting swing trades just yet. We'll wait for that opportunity to present itself later. On the SPY, we got a nice reaction. We came down, closed that gap at 576, and we've launched back up into the zone. This is still possibly a concerning move as we start to form a downward channel. Now, that doesn't even look very channelish, but all right, so we could be forming a downward channel in these bands where we come up, fail another one, and come down. Now, we have been tracking some bearish patterns. I need to take out This guy, he did not hold support there. In fact, we came down much lower. But we can take him out, actually. But we're in that same idea for the Qs, for the NASDAQ. Let me actually use the channel function. They gave me tools. I suppose I should use them. Here we are. There. Use the right tool for the right job, they always say. So yeah, we could be forming a downward channel. Um, this is a fairly significant area of resistance. I'm going to take some of these lines out because they are done. And we'll see if we can break over and hold 517. I'd say we're doing more bullish. So we hold, we could break out of this channel and move up. Otherwise, it could just be another swing down. So we form another low and kind of creep down this channel into our target ranges, maybe even break down in below, get into that target range, and then I'd be eyeballing for a good turnaround, possibly even up to the hop. But on the Qs and on the SPY, we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, I mean, we had this support here on the SPY as we closed this band, 576, and we hit that. Boy, did it take off. So next opportunity will be, I think, up here at the highs. Let me, I'm really bad at this. Here we go. There. I think that's my next line here. 597. I want to see a reaction at 597. If we get a rejection there, or even below 594 to 597, get up to 595. That could be our next area for to reject and maybe fill in this gap down to 585. So I'll be watching that one on the daily. The Qs, kind of that same idea. See if we spike up a little bit and fail under. I'd like to see it close that gap at least at 510, possibly down to 508. And I think that's going to do it for Bitcoin and for the general markets. I will try to regroup a little bit as I rally and personal health wise. And we'll see if we can't crank out another video this week too before I have to get back to other projects. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for listening to me prattle on. And I will catch you guys next time. Bye.